Well, welcome to this series. This is going to be 100 videos, 100 boards, and I'll be doing 100 giveaways. So a giveaway in every single one of these videos. Going to probably range in time from a couple minutes up to maybe 10 or so. Going to be giving you tips and tricks along the way. I'm not going to be diving too deep in one single video, at least in the beginning. Maybe later on down the road, I'll have a complete tutorial on how to build a cutting board. But for right now, we're going to start with what I'm calling my staple board. You know, this is the most popular board that I've ever made. It always sells well online, farmers markets. So here we go. This is a pretty simple edge grain board. I typically put this thumb hole right here in the corner. It is purple heart, some maple, cherry, and zebra wood. You can see right here, this is all of the wood laid out in the rough shape. This is prior to milling it down. So the first tip here, if you're making a lot of boards for selling, for giving away for gifts, it's a good idea to do glue ups that are longer than the single board. You can see here, this is about a 12 by 12 board. I don't want to cut all these like little strips and glue them together and then move on to the next one. It's better instead to get longer pieces. So here I have 48 inches, right? So 4 feet. Essentially I can get 4 boards out of strips that are this long, you know, doing one single glue up, and then ripping them down into 4 sections. So you'll see what I mean here. Let's just get started. I'm gonna go ahead and send this over into the planer, plane it down, and then cut it down to size. So the next thing that you'll see is the pieces cut into strips similar to this board. All right, this is the final product after being cut down and milled down. All these boards have the same exact thickness, which makes it easier to glue up. So you can kind of see it matches the design here. Obviously this is very rough still needs to be planed down and oiled up. But we can now take this over to the glue up station and clamp it down. So I went ahead and made 2 sets of that style of board. The next step here is to take them and plane them down, get all of these grooves and imperfections out in the planer, and then we can rip them down on the table saw to different sizes, kind of depending on what we're aiming for. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, here's another trick for you guys. When you are gluing up large boards like this, you're gonna come across a lot of points where there's going to be imperfections, such as here. You know, you have rough lumber, and it also is down here, right? So these are dips and grooves into the wood, which means that in order to get this flat, I would have to surface the entire board, which means I'm losing a lot of thickness throughout the entire piece. But my plan is not to use this board as one piece. It's going to be multiple pieces, probably 3 pieces. So instead what I'm going to do is measure this out right now, cut it, and then plane these 2 sections obviously by themselves, so they're only getting thinner, but this middle piece will stay thick. Just a little trick for you guys. So here we have 4 boards that we're going to cut. I'm going to do 1 in a little handle fashion. These other 3 are going to be thumb holes, just taken down from the corner. So when I first started out, what I would do is I would come in, I'd say measure, you know, 1.5 inches this way, take these square to the other side, do 1.5 inches the other way. That would give me that point, and that's where I would drill my hole. 2 measurements to get 1 point. Now, what I do, I just simply take this guy right over to the edge, and you can just draw a line. And anywhere on that line is going to be equidistant from either edge. So you can drill your circle wherever you want. I'm going to cut these 3 holes out, and I'm going to measure this one, cut a tiny hole in that. All right, so here we have the completed product. We have 4 edge grain boards. There was a little bit left over from the batches that you saw earlier. Those are going to be made into end grain boards, and you'll see that in a future video. So stay tuned for that. All of these boards are going to be also up on my website, which I have linked down below. That's also a new thing that I'm trying out. But for this one to go up, all I'm asking is that this video gets 50 likes and 10 comments. That's it. Pretty easy, guys. I know you can do it. And as soon as that happens, I'm gonna go down to the comments, and what I want you to leave is your favorite scary movie. So just tell me your favorite scary movie. I'm gonna do a random drawing as soon as this video reaches the 50 likes and 10 comments. And if it turns out to be yours, you win. Look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a good day.